When wealth wears you down. Ecclesiastes 6 verse 1 to 2. There is an evil which I have seen under the sun, and it is common among men, a man to whom God hath given riches, wealth, and honor. Yet God giveth him not power to eat thereof, but stranger eateth it. This is vanity, and it is an evil disease. Welcome to Life is a Test. These are life lessons from King Solomon, part 38. Imagine someone who has attained what many dream of: a 7-figure bank account, a magazine-worthy home, and a career that commands respect. By every worldly measure, they should be happy. Yet at night they lay awake, their soul weighed down by emptiness. Vacations bring no rest, luxury cars no thrill, and even the finest meals but have no appetite. This is the reality Solomon is describing. A person granted riches, wealth, and honor, but denied the capacity to enjoy them. Solomon, a man who knew riches, pleasure, and power firsthand, speaks not as a critic of success, but as a witness to its emptiness without God. There is a tragedy in life that is far more common than we care to admit. Solomon calls it an evil disease. Yet he is not referring to cancer, HIV, or the things we naturally fear, but the quiet misery of having blessings you never enjoy. This spiritual sickness wears many faces. It looks like a person who labors from sunrise to sunset, yet finds no joy in his earnings. The one with full accounts but an empty heart. The relentless worker who never rests, sacrificing peace on the altar for possession. The woman who provides for everyone but feels guilty when she buys something for herself. The believer who mistakes denying all pleasure for holiness. The person who never celebrates, never pauses, never breathes in God's goodness because they fear what might happen if they stop. Solomon is clear. This is not virtue, but a sickness, a disease of the soul, draining joy and blinding us to God's generosity. It is vanity, not because material things are wrong, but because without the grace to enjoy them, they are empty. Solomon warns that this condition is common among men, a spiritual sickness that quietly fills home, workplaces, and even churches. And the tragedy is that many are living in this condition without ever realizing it. In Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 19, Solomon writes, "Every man also to whom God hath given riches and wealth, and hath given him power to eat thereof. This is the gift of God." From this we see that God gives two distinct gifts: the blessing itself, which includes your wealth, success, honor, opportunity, and the often overlooked gift of being able to enjoy them. Many receive the first but miss the second. They earn income yet have no peace, own houses yet feel no joy, gain promotions yet lack contentment, save money yet remain unsatisfied. Outwardly, they appear disciplined and successful, but inwardly they are sick because they cannot enjoy what God has placed in their hands. Solomon reminds us that true prosperity is not measured by possessions, but by our capacity to delight in them. How often do we chase after more, convinced that happiness lies in the next purchase, promotion, or possession? Yet when we arrive, the same emptiness greets us, only dressed in new clothes. We pray for provision, but forget to pray for perspective. We ask for success, but neglect the wisdom to handle it. In mercy, God sometimes withholds until we are mature enough to enjoy, because prosperity without peace is poverty in disguise. True wealth is not measured by what we hold in our hands, but by what we carry in our hearts. Paul echoes Solomon's wisdom in 1 Timothy 6 and verse 17. He says, "Charge them that are rich, that they may trust not in uncertain riches, but in the living God, who giveth us richly all things to enjoy." God is not against abundance. He's against us trusting in it. He delights in blessing his children, but he also desires to be their joy. When God is absent, blessings becomes burden. When he is present, even the smallest things satisfy. And that's why Proverbs 10 and verse 22 reminds us, "The blessing of the Lord, it maketh rich, and he addeth no sorrow with it." If what we have produces anxiety, pride, comparison, or restlessness, then it is not a blessing. It is bondage. True blessings bring peace, joy, and gratitude. The wealth we hoard but never enjoy, opportunities we never use, and blessings we never celebrate will eventually pass to someone else. Solomon calls this vanity, a grievous disease of the soul. So the call today is not to despise what we have, but to delight in the giver. When our joy rests in God rather than things, we can embrace both abundance and scarcity, both feasts and famines. Solomon doesn't just diagnose the spiritual sickness of empty prosperity, he offers the cure. Throughout Ecclesiastes, he urges us to enjoy life now. Being happy or joyful is not sinful. Pleasure is not worldly. Rest is not laziness. And celebration is not carnality. God delights in seeing his children enjoy his gifts with humility, gratitude, and balance. At the same time, Solomon calls us to modesty and contentment, warning against both reckless indulgence and fearful hoarding. The application for us is to have a radical shift in our prayer. Instead of asking for more, we ask for perspective. Lord, teach me to enjoy what you have already given me. For what use is a full table if the heart at it is empty? In the end, Solomon reminds us that true wealth is spiritual, not material. We can lose fortune and still live fulfilled if we have peace with God. But we can gain the whole world and remain restless without him. So hold possessions loosely, thank God continually, and enjoy deeply, not because of what you have, but because of who gave it. Spend what he has placed in your hands. Celebrate his blessings now. Live abundantly, joyfully, and gratefully. Don't postpone joy, because tomorrow may take it or give it to someone else. God bless you.